What's up, guys? This is Carl from the future. Just wanted to jump in before we get started. So, a lot of these clips are going to be done as voiceover. That was not the intention of the video going forward, but we just changed up our mic and changed up the office recording settings. So, it came out a little bit echoey and didn't really meet the quality that I was looking for. So, we're going to be getting better at this as we go along, and the future videos after this first one should be a lot better. As well. We made some adjustments. So thanks for sticking with us. Hope everybody enjoys. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right, guys, and today we're going to take a peek at Schedule 1. We're going to be starting a new character, a new game. This is going to be our first look, first impressions, and we're going to just do a playthrough. We're going to probably be making some regular content on this game going forward, and we'll try to keep between 30 and 60-minute clips, and we'll jump right into it. Let's go. Alright, so as we're loading in here, there's going to be a little cut. We took some time to adjust the settings, make sure that we had a wider FOV, so it was a little less zoomed. So what we can see here is we're getting started up, we're picking everything up, and we are going through the little tutorial. So about the beginning here, this is the first time I was picking up the game, trying to get used to some of the mechanics and just getting an idea. Here you can see that I was trying to click the stems there. Nope, just click the bud. Just click the bud. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Yeah, really struggling to figure out the simpler things here, but we got it moving, we got a rhythm going, we're boogieing along and throwing everything over, getting everything packaged up and ready to go. So a lot of times here you're going to get to see some of the struggles that we had to start off with. Getting our first deal started up here, getting everything moving and grooving, jumping out. This is where I would argue it helps if you read. In the live commentary, there's going to be a point in here where after I talk to Uncle Nelson here, start running over to the town again, and it just kind of dawned on me like, man, this seems like it's going to be a really far run. You know, eyes drift over to the top left corner, and voila, you see it says drive into town. Should happen right here shortly. It was actually pretty funny in the moment because I was like, yeah, it helps if you read the quest options, and then we're just zooming through. So you guys might notice this is a little quick, so I actually have this sped up to 2x speed. I don't want to bore everybody with the prologue here, but I did think it was worthwhile to get done. So I'm just going to zoom through over here, going to get through some of the early missions, getting some of that OG Kush sold, and just learning some of the mechanics, some of the little driving and learning how to read the mini-map. I believe in the first playthrough or the first recording of this, I had made a comment at this point about the mini-map being reminiscent of the old Skyrim mini-maps. So giving you your compass on the top, just kind of floating left to right, and being able to use that to directionally kind of point you in the direction that you're aiming for, which I actually think is pretty nice and is a pretty easy to read style. So we got our first deal there that went over really well. That was awesome. Running over to Joe over here, gonna complete our second one. Zipping over, and we got one more to make behind. We're at the blue house, and we'll kind of take it from there. Sneaking right past the officers there. So that's one thing I'm trying to get used to with the game, is the way that it wants you to be directly in front of the person. You can't actually interact with anybody or have a conversation with them if you approach them from the side or the back. There's no way of getting their attention unless you are directly in front of them. Not the biggest of complaints, but definitely something that I noticed that felt maybe a little awkward. So here we got the Popo trying to give us the old body search, the shakedown, and you just very simply block them out so that they can't do anything. But apparently they are onto us, so gonna have to keep a lookout for that. Yeah, apparently they don't like the fact that I'm walking around with sharp objects. Yeah, they were looking for us over there, but just happened to miss the oh-so-open deal that was going on literally 100 feet away. So, or 100 yards rather, I should say, away. And we are off, zooming back to the ranch, and we will pick up there in the next clip. All right, so we're back at the ranch now, talking to Uncle Nelson. Looks like he's pretty satisfied with everything that we got going on. We'll let him know that the cops were out there looking for us, and so he just wants us to, ignore it, just kind of treat everything as it is, get the next plants ready to go. So we're gonna pour that soil in there, drop those seeds. just kind of get ready to go and get everything planted up and ready for the next day. You can still see I'm struggling with understanding to click the watering can before anything else goes on. But with that being said, let's turn around, let's get some sleep, and check it out the next day. Let's see what happens. Oh God, that can't be good. Uncle Nelson? Yeah, that's it. Screw it. Let's bounce. Sounds about what you do for your uncle. Just get out of there. All right. Small time drug dealer from the South. Fresh town with no cash, no products, and no contacts. You only know one way to make money. Time to get to work. All right, let's see what we can do here. Pretty slick little intro here, kind of showing us the overview of the city as we're pulling in, getting a little peek at what we have to offer. So this next clip, we're going to be looking at the character customization that we came up to. Clearly not afraid to stick out. I thought that this was actually going to be something that would be funny looking because we'd have that purple shirt. Little did I know that I would quickly be met with people walking around in their underwear with pans on their head, which was actually pretty funny. Something I really wasn't expecting or, thinking about. So we're going to jump in here. We're going to be running around, getting this going, getting this started up. Getting that first quest going. As you can see, the top left corner wants us to run over to the payphone for quote UN. Very quickly realizing that is actually Uncle Nelson. I swear, this guy is absolutely some type of Houdini, mind reader, or soothsayer. He just seems to always know exactly when you were at the payphones, which is kind of scary, not gonna lie. It's a little wild to think about what type of eyes or what type of vision this guy might have on you. But with that being said, we're going to jump back into progressing this a little bit faster. Like I said, I'm not really the happiest with the way that the recording for this first episode came out. So we're going to try to just speed through it, keep all of or most of the stuff here that is important. This way, nobody's missing out on anything. Here you can see, so the idea there was I wanted to see if the cops were going to actually be able to interact with or read the fact that we were going into the dead drop as some sort of illegal activity. I'd figure it out now rather than later. Appears not. They don't seem to give much of a hoot whatsoever. So we're just going around collecting that dead drop money, running over. In the distance, you can see the explosion. It's just, you're a new guy. You're in a new place. You'd think that there'd be a little love to go around. And no, we're very quickly met with some violence, some people who want us, as you can see here, out of the territory. Not cool. Not cool. But with that being said, we're going to figure that out. We're going to run back over to the payphone, and wouldn't you know it, Uncle Nelson just knows that we're there again. And shit, no shit, Sherlock, it's not that ideal. So apparently the Benzies family is after us. Benzies, I wonder if that's a play on benzos, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Drug-related game and all. I guess we'll get there when we get there. We're going to head over to that motel or hotel manager, trying to get my orientation right, figuring out where I am on that map, and then zooming on over. Now, once you get playing a little bit, the map's actually really nicely done, really nicely laid out, some ways of navigating and kind of running around all over the place and looping things back in, some shortcuts throughout. It was pretty cool. So here is the first look at our room. At this point, I was staring at the little bobblehead there, I believe that's a little Richard Nixon, which I thought was kind of funny, made me giggle a little bit. We're going to head over to that hardware store, get ourselves going with a grow tent. Great artwork. Gotta love it. Little mushroom head. We all know what that's a reference to. Won't go any further than that. But grabbing the watering can, some soil, a grow tent, some trimmers, just the basics to get us going. Realized I don't have any money on me. So I'm pretty sure that the way the game works is that cash is used for the illegal activities, and then the credit or the deposited money is used for the things that are quote unquote above board. So we quickly realized that, grabbed everything we needed, and we're zipping on over back to the room. We do not have any seeds though, so this is going to be more about getting the orientation right, getting everything set up, and then we're going to have to reach out to the dealer. We'll get going with that. Oh, yep. Couldn't know it. Oh, look at that. Uncle Nelson again, somehow. I know this is going to be a going theme. I'm going to say it every time, but, the man never ceases to amaze me just knowing that I'm near the phone. So we're going to grab our first couple of seeds here. I think we get 3 or 4 OG Kush seeds to get started with. And we're going to run over, get that deal going so that we can get everything planted up and we can start slanging that good stuff. But no, on a serious note, one thing I do wish that there was toggleable in the game, and maybe I won't feel this way as I progress a little bit further, but I wish there was a way to speed the game up so that, moments like this where I have, a minute to wait, I'm not just, literally picking up trash. So if any of you guys are aware of a way of doing that where you can just kind of toggle the game speed, please feel free to leave that in the comments below so I could have a little bit of insight on that and be able to make the game a little bit smoother as I'm waiting for some things to happen. In some of the later episodes I recorded, I found myself just like literally camping out, waiting for things to happen because there wasn't a whole lot I had to do throughout the day. So I just kind of sat and waited while waiting for it. But that would be some really nice insight if possible. Well, we got that all planted up, and now it's just about waiting for it to grow. The OCD, ADD kicking in there. Got to make sure that we're keeping a clean room. You'll see that later as well, continuing to play out. But all right, making our way down to the hardware store again. Got to look to grab some more baggies as well as a packaging station. Yeah, this is me being blind as a bat and not even seeing the packaging station up top whatsoever. But oh, there it is. Blind man's right twice a day. Finally got my eyes on it. I'm running back over. Get that thing thrown down, and then we are probably going to be taking a good old nap once we decide where we want to put it. Oh, yep, there you go. Like I said, the OCD kicking in. Got to get the room clean. Got to keep the room clean. I'm going to go drop that out. Get rid of it. Not even so much for the money, but just more so for the OCD of a clean room. That's another weird thing. The game has double hinges. So that's the end of day one. Here we got some nice growth coming in. We're going to clip that up. We get eight bud. We're gonna get that packaged up and get boogieing along. This way we can get the progression moving. Learning how to use some of the apps here now, getting everything listed up, getting a little adjustment there, listing it up, setting our prices. And this is one of those moments I was talking about before here where, the objective is literally just to wait for a message. So, this one was pretty quick, not too bad. But so one of the things that we're always going to do here is we're always going to make sure that we are trying to upsell when possible. I was trying to make sure I set all of my sales for the late night so that we could get the extra bonus to the curfew or the time of the sale. I'm quickly going to realize that I was actually clicking night, not late night. I don't know why I was processing that bottom right as the latest possible time that I'd be able to sell or make the deal instead of it being the bottom left. But either way, we figured that out pretty quick. There's going to be some other learning experiences that are going to go on as we go through the first session here and the first couple of episodes. As I said, this was all one session, so I was learning everything in one fell swoop here. No real moments of just kind of looking back. So, and again, this is all post edit or voiceover, so there's a lot of new things I'm realizing. So even right there, that was one of those, for whatever reason, quickly looking at it, not reading it thoroughly. That bottom right, I was looking at night and just thought, oh, that's the one, that's what we want to do. And yeah, I missed that the bottom left is actually the late night. So anyway, we're just running around, looking at stuff, getting everything moving. Gonna hit that hardware store quickly again, make sure we grab some soil to get everything going, some extra baggies so that we can keep everything moving. And we're just gonna go run back and get everything planted up to keep the income or keep the product rolling. Always make sure you close your door. You don't want any prying eyes seeing what you are doing or what you got going on in there. So as we go through too, I'll start to have a better process, especially as we start doing more additives to the plants and to everything else. So as of right now, I'm just doing soil 1, soil 2, seed 1, seed 2, and then watering them up. But I'm sure there's a better way to do this. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to just start running back around. This last couple of minutes, I slowed back down to normal game speed just to give me enough time to close everything up and finish talking to you guys here. So we're going to start going and making our sales or giving out the free samples. That's going to be the next thing that we actually have to do as part of the main story quest. So we're just jumping out ahead on it a little bit now. And of course, as soon as we give out one sample, we get another sale that comes in for 3, even though we only have 1 remaining. So we're just going to knock that thing down to one bud and then go from there. So anyway, here you're going to see, I don't know if I lost track of time or what was going on, but I end up actually running over and getting the deals done a little early. So that was just something to be mindful of as you're playing through, that you can apparently get them done early, or you can wait until they're scheduled for. I guess that was weird, but regardless, that's what we can do. So once we get these sales done though, the mission's going to come through for us to start working on giving out the free samples to get to 10 customers total. We already did one of those, so we have to get 2 more done. And then from that point on, it's going to also want us to talk to Miss Ming, I believe, in the Chinese restaurant to be able to buy the apartment behind her. And you can see that was literally in the nick of time. The cops were turning the corner, almost like that was a setup. I got my eyes on you. But no, on a serious note. So Uncle Nelson here, just again, mind reader, knows we're walking past, and he's telling us like I was just saying. So in the next episode, what we're going to do is focus on getting that $800 saved up so that we can buy the room behind the Chinese restaurant. But with that being said, I'm going to be signing off here. Thanks everybody who stuck around for joining me for today's episode. This is going to be the first one in a long series that we're going to look to do of a playthrough. If you guys enjoyed today's content, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll be really looking forward to any tips, tricks, or any input that you guys have in order to help us continue to grow this moving forward. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.